Again after another lengthy absence, but we've been a couple busy boys around here.
Super busy.
I'm looking at the old front page of the Sentinel.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing Stephen Page's pretty face.
That's right.
With his iconic glasses.
Yeah.
Promoting the show that is this Friday.
That's right.
June 6th in Academy Park.
Yeah.
You're pretty excited about it, man. There seems to be quite a hullabaloo around this thing.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited. We've been getting emails from out of state about this thing because he wants to put it on his tour date calendar, and so we've been getting emails for the last couple of weeks now from like Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Toronto. Like I'm like, holy fuck, here we go, baby!
Yeah, man, that's great.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So, once again, the gates open at 5.
And it's free.
Free
open air concert, man. We're going back to the 60s.
That's right. I think that we are the first people to do a show of this magnitude at Academy Park.
Really?
There's never been any like major headliners that they're all at our park.
Right.
So, and for free too. It's really exciting, and I hope everyone out there is really as excited as I am because this is a big thing, and I hope that everybody comes and everybody's respectful, and we get to do this a lot more.
Yeah, if it's a rousing success, which it will be, it just opens up a new world to doing more and more.
Absolutely. So.
Yeah, and of course, Roy G. Biv will be playing a set.
That's
an acoustic set, a softer side of Biv.
Yeah.
Right before.
Yep.
And Daryl Tonemah is going to open the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys got a little thing in the paper here?
Yeah, we got the front page.
Yeah.
Front page of the Sentinel, so go pick up your Sentinel and check it out.
Bunch of quotes from Ray Berry.
Yeah. So
that's fucking great, man.
It is.
It's big time.
It's very exciting.
Between this and the Hallmark movie, and apparently we were doing the Griffin for the Smelt Fest, and someone, I don't know if it was a joke that became real, Someone, like, I heard rumblings of, like, oh, they're shooting for the Discovery Channel. Like, they were filming some shit at the Smelt Fest. And I'm like, really? And then, like,
I think that had to be
by
a joke.
the end of the day, someone was like, no, like, for real, dude. They had a whole camera crew. And I'm like, I thought that started as, like, a one-off comment that, like, spread through the people. And by the end of the day, people are like, this whole thing's going to be on TV.
Yeah, I know. It's just like Tom Selleck's house burned down.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing any cameras. Maybe. I don't know. Cameras are smaller these days.
Yeah.
But this is turning into a hotbed of show business.
Oh, my God. It sure is. It really is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very exciting. Very exciting little sleepy town.
Yeah, so that is Friday, June 6th.
Yeah, that's right.
Academy Park.
Yep.
5 o'clock. Gates at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Come hang out, get some beers. There's plenty of beers. You told me you guys got a ton of beer.
Yep, we got beers, we got food, and you can even bring your kids. We've got
oh yeah, this is a nice family thing.
Yeah, we have an actual candy truck.
Not actual Barenaked Ladies.
No. Well, I mean, who knows if they really get into it?
Yeah.
Then you might see a nipple or two. But yeah, we've got we have like a candy truck coming. We've got like an acai. How do you say it?
Bowl?
Acai bowl.
I think it's
truck.
acai.
Yeah, I think it is too. That sounded way better than I said it. Yeah, and then we've got a spicy pickle, Ciro's. So there's gonna be food. We're gonna do my people, mine and Ray's people, I should say, are gonna do like a hamburger and hot dog stand.
Nice.
So
plenty of options.
Plenty of options. Plenty of food, plenty of drinks.
And there are VIP tickets. I mean, it's a free thing for everybody, but if you want to be special, you want to get some VIP treatment, there are VIP tickets.
There are, and they are almost sold out. So if you want them, get them soon.
Yeah, get on them.
We only did. We decided that we were going to do like 300 VIPs. So.
And you almost sold them out?
Yeah, well, we're capping that at 250 because we gave 50 away to our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
So,
goddamn sponsors.
Yeah, we need them though. Without them, this whole thing wouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
So, it's very exciting. Ciro's is open. If you want to get lunch there right before the show, they're open till 8 o'clock. So the day of the show.
That whole part of town's going to be a hotbed of activity.
It really is. It's going to be fantastic.
That'll be fun, man.
For those of you who don't know, you are not allowed to bring coolers or anything like that, and we will be checking, unfortunately. Sorry, but we need to make money.
Yeah.
So, but if we don't make money, we can't keep doing these things.
Yeah, the music's free. The burgers are $100.
Yeah. $50 a beer.
Yeah. No, none of that's true.
No, we're kidding. Obviously, this is a comedy show. Sometimes. So, yeah, it's super fucking exciting. I'm overwhelmed with anticipation and excitement.
Yeah, I'm getting a little overwhelmed now talking about this. Just another one in the barrel. But I'm like, dude, this is big. I got to put on like a nice shirt and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we might have to practice for this one. Let's not get too crazy.
Yeah, maybe like a half-hour session.
Yeah. Dude, I'm reading this book that I think just came out. There's this dude, Len Delamico or something. He was a video director and videographer guy, and he worked with the Dead like all through the 80s. Like he directed that Radio City Music Hall thing, and he did all their like stadium tours. Like he directed the camera stuff, and he was like, and Garcia loved film. So that So Far movie they did, he did that.
Yep.
And Garcia loved film, so they worked together like closely. So it's this whole book about him just hanging out with Jerry and making all the video aspects of the Dead stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And just the way that operation ran. And this dude was like a seasoned guy in like show business and filming rock stars and filming award shows and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he's like, these guys just had no like every other thing was like show business and all this pomp and circumstance, and they were like literally just go to the office. They're all sitting there hanging out in the kitchen smoking joints.
Yeah.
They come up with a crazy idea and write it down on a napkin, and they're like, all right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Shouldn't we like sign something or have like lawyers or some shit? They're like, that's fine, let's just go.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like so like
that's so awesome.
Like it took them a minute to get used to like the way they operate, because he was like up and ready for work.
Yeah.
And their manager's like, he goes into her office. He's like, all right, so what do we do? What do we start? She's like, he's from New York, so it's fast paced. Now he's in San Francisco, and the manager literally like threw him a bag of weed and was like, "You got a hot tub at your hotel?" She goes, "Yeah." He's like, "Smoke this, go get in the hot tub, and we'll call you." He's like, "Go like get used to the pace around here. It'll happen when it happens, man."
Yeah. Oh my God, that's too funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's the life that, everyone should live.
Yeah. And then they built this massive empire out of it.
Exactly. Which is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw bags of weed at all of you that support us.
And you know the duck, the Hell in a Bucket video?
Yeah.
There's that duck. Bob Weir's hanging out with his duck.
Yeah.
There's a part where the duck drinks champagne, and it was supposed to be fake champagne, because it was supposed to be a dry set, because Bobby had just like got out of like a stint and drying out in some fucking facility.
Yeah.
But he snuck in real champagne, and the duck got drunk as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the duck trainer was all mad. There's a whole thing with a tiger. It was wild, man.
My dog used to like to drink beers.
I think a lot of dogs like drinking beers.
And he loved bongs.
Yeah?
Oh, my God.
Bong water?
No, smoking bongs.
Smoking bong. I was going to say, dog breath's already fucking rough.
I mean,
Bong water, dog breath.
At the risk of getting in trouble with PETA or whatever, we used to roll up like old Grateful Dead posters.
Yeah. Oh, and blow. Yeah.
And we'd put it on his nose. But my dog, my first dog, Buster, like when we were teenagers, we would play Zonk around the table. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a dice game that every time you get 1,000 points, you get to hit the bong. Mm-hmm. And the dog would know whose turn it was, and he would come over and sit right in front of them and wait. And then he'd wait for the poster, like patiently. You'd put it on there, and then he would sneeze, and the smoke would come out, and he'd wag his tail super fast and just be super fucking happy.
Wow,
dude, it was so fucking funny.
That's
and so
great.
Cool. Yeah, he was fantastic. He was like the best fucking dog ever. It went from him pulling me on the sleigh around the yard because he was a Malamute, which is a form of husky.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't even have to teach him to do that. It was embedded in them
to be like a sled dog.
I would sit on the sled and he would grab the rope and just start running.
Wow.
Like, it was so fucking cool, man. He went from that to getting high all the time, like 3 years later.
He's like, why can't I be on the sled too?
Yeah, then he wanted to be on the sled.
Yeah.
That sled thing seems fun when you're not pulling it.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So, yeah. Cheers to all the great dogs and dog owners out there.
Bong smoking dogs out there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I wrote down a bunch of stuff, but we feel like we haven't done one of these in a while. Other than preparing for this big show, what's been going on with you? We popped in and saw you at the Griffin the one night.
Yeah, so I've been working at both Griffins. It's been great. I'm really starting to build a crowd down here at the one in Youngstown.
Yeah.
I've got my own people. Like the last couple shifts, like the people that I've been working with were like, Jesus Christ, thank God you have a following, because they would be dead in here.
Yeah.
But they just came out with a new beer called Dead Sparrow, and it is a Belgian red, and it is fantastic. I highly suggest coming in to get it.
This is like their own concoction?
Every beer there is their own concoction.
Oh, wow.
At the brewery in Youngstown, all 24 beers that are on tap are their own.
Wow, cool.
And they are all good. Like, yeah. I know that I have to say that because I work there, but like, I'm actually telling the truth. Like, I've tried every single one of them, and I'm like, not one of these is like off. Like, they're all exactly what they say they are.
Nice.
And they're all money. So that's pretty exciting. The fact that we got local, local beer now, and good local beer is important, I think. And it's been really great. Like, it's been really great. And I think that the brewery, we're getting ready to open the patio. We're only like a couple weeks away.
On the one outside, or the Youngstown one?
Yeah, the open air patio.
That shit looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. So we just got all the tables in. We just got the bar done. We got all the windows are in now. And now it's just a matter of plumbing and liquor licensing, because it is it's an entity of your own liquor license that you already have, but it's an added liquor license to it.
To have like an outdoor thing.
Well, for each bar in any establishment in the state of New York, every bar has its own liquor license. Like if you have 3 bars in your bar,
the actual bar itself.
yes, then it's an additional so say it's like $2,200 for your original license. It's like an additional $500 for your outdoor license, an additional $500 for your backroom license.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. So we're just waiting on those couple things, and we'll be ready to roll, and we'll get some music going down there too.
Hell yeah, dude.
You guys will be playing down there
for sure.
Especially if I'm in charge,
yeah.
which it's leading that way.
Good.
It's looking like I'm going to be providing some of the music down there, and I think like the ultimate goal is to do a giant festival there with a major headliner, close down the entire parking lot,
and set up in there, yeah,
and set up out at the corner near the street. We would put the and face back toward the brewery and market side,
yeah,
and have the brewery provide all the beers and food, and market side provide food and.
I'm in. That sounds great. Yeah, market side rules.
Yes, this is a little thing that Ed and I have been talking about.
Well, those guys did like the pub fest back in the old Academy Park when that old stage was there. That weird band shell thing, like the bleachers we played there. Those were great. And then they did the one in Art Park. This when I played Art. The only time I got to play Art Park was because of those guys. I'm forever indebted to those guys for doing pub fests at Art Park.
Sure.
So they always threw a hell of a fucking party, man.
Oh, man.
Well, we did the Smelt Fest thing I was talking about.
Yes.
We were supposed to be a full band on the stage, but it got so cold and it was rainy and drizzly. They kind of restructured Smelt Fest, so they did the smelt eating contest on the stage. And they put me, Dave, and Rob were like underneath, like in the bar side.
Okay.
And we were setting up. We're like, it is fucking freezing, man.
Yeah.
We're like, this might be, lightly. I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. And people came the fuck out. Partied, packed the place, huddled around the heaters, huddled for warmth, got drunk, fucking hooted and hollered at us. It was fucking great, man. So shout out to everybody who was like, no, this ain't, Smelt Fest is going down. Yeah. It's going to be dope.
So when I was a kid, during the smelt run used to be, 30 years ago, there was 10 times as many smelt as there is now, for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's what Jeremiah said. They're like not even coming. They had to get the smelt from somewhere else.
They might have, because I've heard that the smelt run is way short of what it used to be. But it used to be like, so my brother, my cousin Pat, and then like my father, my Uncle Wayne, and then the Balcom family, like and their kids who were our friends, we would all go down there at midnight, 1 a.m, and bring like a charcoal grill, and it would be like a little camping adventure for us, kind of like right down by the docks in Lewiston, and like we would just drop like these nets in the water, and you'd pull it up, and there'd be 100 fucking smelt in there.
Cool.
Like it was wild, you know. And I remember distinctly JB. Any of you that are locals, JB was like one of the famous bartenders from around here.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that guy.
Yeah, JB. Yeah, baby face, blonde hair.
Yeah.
Worked at the Jug forever, worked at Brickyard forever. I remember his dad dared him to bite the head off one of them, and sure enough, he did it.
Fresh out of the river?
Fresh out of the river. Well, and he was just like,
nice.
And just ripped it off. It was one of my fonder memories as a child. I was probably like 8 years old, which would have made him like 5. So
that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean, everyone's walking around with them, so I sampled a couple, but they're like fried, and then you dip them in like a sweet and sour sauce thing. Yeah. So they were good when you do all that. I've never had like a straight smelt though, right out of the river.
They're fishy.
Fishy, I would assume.
They are fishy.
Well, we were gonna do ooh that smelt. Can you smell that smelt?
Right.
And then smelt like Teen Spirit. And then I couldn't think of another one till right now. Okay. I'll stop the world and smelt with you.
we already had that.
Yeah.
We had that show at the Jug.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
I remember we played that song. We did a smelt. We said smelt.
Oh, we had Modern English.
Oh, you had those guys. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, no. We should have had them sing it, though.
Yeah, Stop the World and Smelt with You.
Yeah.
Because we were just practicing that song yesterday for the great G-Spot Puncher reunion.
Okay.
That'll be taking place July 24th. I think I'm right on that.
Okay.
It's during the Can-Am at the old Jug. We're going back in time. We're doing G-Spots, Can-Am at the Jug.
G-Spots, really?
Yeah, you guys are going to fucking not know what year it is.
That's wild. Mm-hmm. Steven still knows how to play bass?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Motherfucker, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you get a little dust off on those kids. It's like riding a bike.
I know.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see him.
Stop the world and smelt with you.
You guys are going to play that?
We're going to play that song. I might have to fucking change some of the lyrics now.
All right, perfect. You heard it here first.
Dust off his Smelt King costume and come down.
Nice. The Smelt King.
Yeah, he was walking around in his Smelt King costume.
Mexican?
No, not Ken. Ken from the Griffin Ken.
Oh, Ken from the Griffin. Yeah. Didn't he won, right?
Oh, yeah. He won the eating contest.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah,
That's what I was told.
I was told that he won.
Oh, I'll have to wait till it airs on Discovery.
I think he beat Clint, our one of the other bartender. Took first over. Oh, Clint said the only person that beat him was Ken. I didn't know Ken was such a smelter.
I guess so, man.
Helter
He's the
Smelter?
King. How do you don't just get crowned king? Helter Smelter's not bad. He's the king, man. I think you got to earn that crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great gig, though. That was for it being cold as fuck. Everybody was like determined to still go out and have a good time. It was a really good time, man.
Yeah, that's good. You know, people show strong around the Buffalo area, like no matter what the weather is.
Oh, this videographer guy from the Grateful Dead thing. I'm reading this book for like chapters, and eventually he gets to like in '86 when they played Rich Stadium for 4th of July, and he was like, "I'm from Buffalo." I was like, "Oh shit,
what?"
So this guy's from Buffalo, and he's like. Saw Dylan
at
Kleinhands. No. He saw Dylan at Kleinhands in 63 or whatever.
Wow.
And, you know.
That's cool.
He was I first saw the Dead like in Toronto in the 60s.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And yeah, so like when they played the Trucking Up to Buffalo thing, that he like he filmed, I don't know if like directed, produced, whatever, but he was in the camera truck for that, and he brought his parents, and they were like watching him work.
That's awesome.
And like while he's working with the headphones on, he's all yelling at everybody. They got headphones on with the microphone, the music's loud, so he's shouting orders: camera 2, go to camera 3, pan over, go get Brent,
right,
and all that shit. And his mom like interrupted him while he's doing it, and he's like, "Ma, well, I'm working. What are you doing?" She goes, "You gotta stop yelling at everybody. You have to be so loud and yelling at everybody.
Here's some cookies and milk. Calm down.
It's fine. They're used to it."
You gotta stop yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
Do you see what camera 2's doing? I have to yell at this asshole.
Yeah. But yeah, man, a lot of cool stories about Jerry. Cool insight in that book.
I bet that's very cool, and it's even cooler that he's from Buffalo. I didn't know that.
Yeah. There was the one when Jerry first like came back from his coma.
Yeah.
And they went out, and they were
was that 86? Late 85, early 86?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Los Lobos was playing at like a club in San Francisco.
Okay.
And they wanted to go. So the guy goes to Mountain Girl, who was taking care of Jerry at the time, and gets her permission to take Jerry out to see this band.
Oh.
And she's like, no drinking, no drugs, no bad for you. Got to watch him. Come watch watch the early show and come right home.
No Cherry Garcia.
Yeah. He's like, okay, yes. And they get out there. And they're chilling at this club, and he's sitting at a table, and people are walking by going, "Oh my God, Jerry!" People like fucking thought he was dead, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
The rumor mill.
Yeah.
And they're just seeing him, they're all excited, and they're all happy. The waiter comes over to get drinks. Jerry immediately orders a White Russian. The guy's like, "Oh fuck!" And he can't do it. He's like, "Oh God, I don't know what do you do here."
What do you say to Jerry Garcia?
Such a fucking positive guy. He's like, he's got it, and everyone else with him. And then like they're chilling. And some girl comes over and asks Jerry to dance, so he gets up to go dance with her, and then he's just gone. And the guy's like, fuck, I lost him. He's going to die or doing some crazy drugs with some hippie chick. I fucked up. So he's panicking.
Yeah, of course.
He's looking around, and at some point, like...
I lost him.
He's like, gone. They can't find him. But then at some point, I think that was the night he got on stage. It was like the first time he played like out since his coma, and it was kind of a spur of the moment. Carlos Santana was there and sat in with the band.
Oh shit.
And then they were like, we have a very special surprise guest here, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Garcia. And the place goes fucking ballistic.
Right.
And he comes out, and he just gets handed a different guitar that's not Tiger or Wolf or anything, and plays it, and it still sounds like him.
Right.
And he plays through it, and the guy for a second is like, "Oh, all right, well, there he's alive. He's on stage. He's good."
Yeah.
And then like after, they still like couldn't find him. It disappeared. He waits for the whole thing to clear out. He's backstage looking for him, and he's like, "Motherfucker!" And then he goes out front, and Jerry's just sitting there smoking a cigarette, talking to some people, chilling, all happy-go-lucky. He's like, "All right, you good? Let's go." The guy's like, just a night-long panic attack.
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, that's pretty funny.
Could you imagine fucking being responsible for someone like that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
At like such a fragile state too.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God.
I saw an interview with him like shortly after the coma, and the interviewer said something about like him going. It might have been that show. I don't even know. Something about him going on stage as a special guest, and everyone like not really knowing what his
state was he
current
had to like
situation.
learn how to play again.
Yes, and he goes, yeah, they love it when I don't die.
Yeah, that was the thing. It seems he was just like through all of this craziness, he just kept like a constant jolly sense of humor and just not like have fun with how
He's like,
wacky
whatever.
this whole thing is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, could you imagine being him? Like, I'd been happy as fuck too.
Yeah.
You know, like you just got it, no matter what, and like, and to not be like egotistical, like, and
there was none of that like show busyness to them.
No.
They were literally just fucking around and having fun and giggling like little kids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But
That's what I
still
want my
wanting
life to
to
be.
like deliver the top fucking quality thing.
Of
Like
course.
they really gave a shit about quality
Yes.
and everything. And
as they should.
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna have that kind of lifestyle, then people deserve your best.
Mm-hmm.
If people are paying.
Yeah, that's what Bob Weir was very like in shape. Like he's still fucking going, and it's because he was like the opposite of Jerry. He was like a health food nut and doing yoga and fucking running and biking and all this stuff. He like lived healthy and like so he could be on point. Like I mean, I'm sure they're all a little spaced out from stuff, but you know what I mean. Like you gotta keep yourself fucking fit.
Yeah,
I'm trying. I got quite a fucking. I just banged out a pretty hardcore month, and the next one is just as much.
Yeah.
So I gotta fucking keep my fucking shit flowing and fucking keep myself upright.
Right.
I got a few grueling fucking Saturdays.
We do.
Up.
Let's hope that your keyboard players are not like the Grateful Dead ones.
Yeah, no. Samino seems to be all right for so far.
It's just a curse.
Yeah, I guess. Jeez.
Well, that's what you get for trying to keep up with Jerry.
Yeah.
Because that's what I really think.
With Brent, that's what I read too. Is like he kind of was younger than them, and he came into this world. He felt like he had some catching up to do or something.
Yeah.
But then I read like he was gonna like he was like looking at like a jail stint for like possession or DWI or something.
Yeah.
And he was just real freaked out about it. So like he was like just doing drugs to fucking
Like
kind
crazy.
of calm down, and then just a little too much one night.
A little too much.
And then that's what bummed Jerry out because they loved playing together so much that kind of decline from 1990 to 95 was just like took the wind out of their sails.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Bummer.
That is a bummer.
And then, the reason I knew this book existed was because I read there's a hit like Relics, like there's a big story in there about Jerry having AK-47s in his trunk of his BMW.
What?
Yeah, the guy, like, they're going to drive. Jerry always had, like, a beautiful, for all the ego and excess and all that stuff, he was, like, his clothes were just, the guy walked, like, when he went to his house, he walked by his closet, and it was just, like, was that one out? And it was just fucking, a closet full of black t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And there was none of that excess stuff, but he loved like a nice car, so he always had these BMWs. And they were going on some trip somewhere, and he went to he had to load the CDs into the trunk.
Yeah.
It was one of like old school, it was 80 something. And they opened the trunk, and there's just 2 fucking machine guns. And they're like, oh, he's like, hey man, what's that? He's like this hippie peace and love Jerry Garcia.
Right.
He's like, oh yeah, man, those are AK-47s. He's like, Parrish told me they're gonna outlaw them, so I told him to get me a couple. He's like, what do you do with them? He's like, we're gonna go shoot them. It's fun. Like, we go just go off in the woods and target practice and shoot shit.
Go shoot them. It's fun.
Like California.
It is fun shooting.
Yeah, like that's like the hippy dippy thing. But then also those guys were like cowboys. Like California in the 70s, they were fucking cowboys. They were outlaws. They, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's this weird, I don't know, mix of the two, kind of super liberal hippie world, but also just like David Crosby knows a lot about guns. He was I think him and Dennis Hopper ran around with 8 balls and guns for fucking, all over fucking Laurel Canyon.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, Jerry and the boys.
Yeah, well, what they did is a massive inspiration to what you're doing with these concerts and what we're doing with playing and shit. It's just like the energy. It's an energy field.
If it wasn't for Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead, like I don't know that this is what I would be doing with my life. Like I don't really know. Like I really only kind of started doing this like 5 years ago, but I've been going to see fucking bands, and it all started with them, you know. And I've been going to see bands my entire life, lots of bands, tons. Like I found another fucking envelope that had like 100 fucking tickets in it.
Yeah.
Like from different shows that I've been to. Like, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, how many concerts have I seen in my life? And I think that number is I think it's a lot higher than I thought it was, because there's a lot of them that I don't really remember.
Sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, I told you that the time when I said I've never seen Tom Petty, and the guy next to me was like, I fucking went to Tom Petty with you. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, Tom Petty and the Crows. And I was like, oh, yeah, man.
That's funny. Well, dude, we're practicing the old G-Spot set, and we couldn't figure out one structure of a song. So Andy pulled up an old SoundCloud recording from like a regatta from fucking however long ago.
Okay.
When the old school jug, before the stage, before the whole thing. They're back there slinging drinks, fucking.
Right.
And they're just playing me playing, and it's just I'm just listening to a different guy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is weird. And it was weird that like drunk me 10 whatever years ago knew every word to this song, and now sober me, I'm like, I couldn't even begin to fucking remember half of this shit.
Yeah.
But it's just very bizarre. I don't know. So you're talking about shows you went to, you don't remember. I'm listening to shows I played that I don't remember.
Well, we do have a lot in common.
Yeah.
So that's funny. That's funny as fuck, actually.
Yeah, it's just very bizarre to listen to old recordings from like
sure that's
6
me?
lifetimes ago, and you're just like, oh man, this is
I'm sure you can tell because of the way that you play that it's you.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're like, yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah, a little sloppy around the edges, a little spunkier.
Well, of course. So, that's funny. Yeah, so, yeah, music. Music is a big thing, and it should be a big thing in everybody's life. When I get into somebody's car and like there's no music on, and then they don't even like. I do understand like some people like will have like talk radio on, like I understand podcasts for sure. I mean, we do one
Hopefully,
here,
yeah.
like and I understand sports talk radio. I get it. I'm a big sports fanatic as well. But when like their radio is just never on in their car, I'm like, this guy might kill me.
Yeah, that's psychotic. That's strange.
Yes.
I mean, nice peace and quiet once in a while. Like, I mean, I got really into talk radio and podcasts through just playing so much music.
Sure.
And you play a show and you practice, and then you listen back to the whole thing, and then you're just like, I need to change a space here, because it's like you're constantly just underwater. That's what I describe like playing a long gig, is like you're underwater for like 3 hours, because you're there and you can see everybody, but you're not hearing it. It's like a sensory thing. So it's like you come out of that and someone's like, let's kick out the jams. I'm like, I need to shift gears here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but it's not just it's what comes up around it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, there's people who don't like dig into it as far as we do, sitting here reading books about a guy who used to fucking just operate the cameras at Grateful Dead shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the most fascinating shit I've ever fucking heard in my life.
Just a little bit you told me is fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm going to borrow the book when you're done.
A fucking guy who went to a club and ordered a White Russian, and we're like, whoa!
Well, I mean, he did just come out of a coma.
Yeah, and ordered like a super sugary fucking milkshake.
I'll take a milkshake with a ton of booze. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to give you that?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well,
I love White Russians too. They're so good.
Got together, and like she didn't like look into this shit like as a normal person wouldn't. So like she just people hear like the song on the radio. They're like, oh, that's the best one, I guess.
Sure.
I'm like, who told you that?
Yeah.
Like there's an industry to make a shitty song, put $1 billion behind it, and convince everyone it's great.
Yes.
And it like kind of blew her mind that I'm like, yeah, it's not like sports where like you can qualify something. It's just like it is a marketing fucking campaign.
Yes.
And that's when it blew my mind. Like when I was a kid watching MTV, I'm like, oh, these are just the best things. And I'm like, no, those are just the best marketers.
Yes.
There was all sorts of shit going on I didn't even fucking know about.
Well, and like quite frankly, in my personal opinion, the songs on the radio are not the best songs on the album.
No, not at all.
And
it seems to be our thing. And you see this with a lot of bands where it's like you have the 3 hits, and they get played into the ground to where everyone hates the band now.
Yeah.
And they're like, that band has like 300 other songs that are fucking great.
That are fucking fantastic.
Don't even know about. Yeah.
It's like when I was at the Weezer show last year. He was, when he was about to do his solo shit, I mean, like, the rest of the band takes like a little break,
Right.
and he sits out there on a little piano and just plays like 2 or 3 songs while the band rests and comes back out to fucking rock.
Yeah.
And he goes, we've never played this song on stage before out of the 478 songs we've written since 1994. And I'm like, people think Weezer had 4 songs.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
real.
Like, and they've written 478 songs in the last 30 years.
And it's
so
just
that
like,
kind of shit blows my mind.
there's the catchy ones that
and
are
I
just,
know music.
There's natural hits. There's songs you hear that are just like, it's a hit. It's a simple, perfect hit. And
Exactly.
they come along.
Yes.
You just got to keep writing, keep doing stuff, and they just gel together into a perfect song. So I
Yep.
get that.
Yeah.
But then there's like, who decided that one was gonna,
Right.
like Nirvana. You just hear Smells Like Teen Spirit
Yeah.
and like Lithium.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you're just like, that record is like almost perfect beginning to fucking end.
fucking sick.
Yeah, like, and it's like you just hear the same one. Like, who decided those were? It's not like, those are their only. And then you hear people like, this guy's got like one song.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you know? Have
Yeah.
you looked into it
Yeah.
at all?
Right. It's not a fucking boy band where, like,
Yeah.
these guys actually write their music too. Like, so it's not Taylor Swift, where every song's a hit.
Well, it's like, it becomes multimedia. Well, MTV changed everything, or it became visually, when you look at like old bands before MTV, they were like musicians. They were gruffy, bearded,
Yeah.
stoned, fucking just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then like when it became a visual element, it kind of changed everything.
Sure.
Where, like the music was a soundtrack to your, the cult of personality thing,
Yeah,
You're just
yeah.
like a sort of just like your personality was the brand and the song was just sort of your theme song.
Yes.
Rather than just like, here's this music, and then behind this music is the guys who made Pink Floyd. Didn't know what the fuck they looked like for like a long time.
Sure.
Because you would just see like a weird blurry picture of guys with long hair, but all Pink Floyd was like the prism and the teacher puppet
Yes.
and the faces and all this stuff, like the imagery of it.
Absolutely.
And that was like that's the way shit was. They were guys who made this art. The music and the visual element was all a piece of art, and then
Yes.
behind it were just these British guys making it.
Yes.
Don't worry about them.
Right.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
worry about them.
Yeah, they're just the cool guys who are making the shit.
Yeah. And you're right about MTV. I actually heard the song by Neil Simon I heard today. You Can Call Me Al.
Yeah, Paul Simon.
Yeah. What I say?
You said Neil Simon.
My bad.
Well, who the fuck's Neil Simon?
Paul Simon.
Yeah.
And
You
Chevy
think
Chase.
Neil
is-
Diamond?
Yeah, I know. I took 2 guys and combined them.
Chevy Chase
is in the
yeah.
video. You can go and
Like, hey, I love video. I love that video specifically.
that
I
video
love
is
music
amazing.
Videos. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Chevy Chase and you're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, that just reminded and I started talking about MTV to my mom today. We were listening to that. And I was like, you remember this video? And she's like, I never really watched music videos. And I was like, I remember it was so exciting when we got MTV because everyone had it except us. And I was like, oh my God, MTV.
Yeah,
and
we're
then,
in.
And then, so I watched videos for the next 2 years and then they started putting Jersey Shore on and I was like, all
Yeah,
right,
they kind of
well,
gave up. I do remember
I guess
there was
MTV's over.
runs of like middle of the night, like VH1 and shit. When
Yeah,
like, they
VH1
would-
was the best back
They
in the
would
day.
play videos like all night, like in the middle of the night when I
Yes.
was up.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And they would just play videos, and there was like a few like that Killer song where they're "Read My Mind," where they're running around in Tokyo. I fucking love that song, and I used to hear it like in that weird twilighty middle of the night kind of half awake shit.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I never having that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love. Speaking of Neil Diamond, Dustin Diamond, who played Screech, on
yes.
Saved by the Bell.
Of course.
You know what Dustin Diamond's middle name is? It's Neil.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
The guy's name was Dustin Neil Diamond.
That's pretty funny.
I just found this out like recently.
Yeah.
And I immediately texted Steve LaBarber and was like, "Did you know this?" That seems like a LaBarber-esque fact.
It does.
He's like, "I did not." I'm like, "Oh my god."
Well, here you go.
Dustin Neil Diamond.
Dustin Neil Diamond.
That's so fucking funny.
That's awesome. And he does porn.
He did do porn.
He
and
did.
I'm pretty sure he got in a knife fight on Christmas at a bar.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting life that guy had.
Yeah, I'd say. So,
So I know you're eyeing up. I mean, they're eyeing up some other big fucking names to keep this concert series going.
we are. I'm not really comfortable
We're not
releasing.
we're not gonna tell these
Yeah,
rubes.
we're not gonna release the names of the bands, but we do have a few different bands that we are look. Excuse me. A little scratch in my throat here.
Dude,
But
the
anyway,
pollen. I've been taking out tumbleweeds full of this orange shit off my roof. This pollen is
It's
crazy.
all over every car.
It's in my lungs.
I see it. Yes, it's in my lungs, obviously, too.
It's painted the town. It's awful.
It is. It is. It's almost over, though.
Yeah.
So, but what was I saying?
We were just talking about the future plans for these.
Oh,
this
yeah.
concert
So,
series.
yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so we are looking at a few more bands for hopefully August or September, and keep the tradition going. And then I talked to Mayor Welch the other day, and she was like, Chris, she's like, if you guys are going to keep doing this, she's like, call in the fall and just book some dates. And I'm like, well, it's hard for me to know what the dates are. And she's like, just take a whole bunch of them. And like, and she's like, and then you can give some back. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's a great idea. Thank you for the heads up. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Cheers to the mayor.
Yeah. Cheers to the mayor. Got my vote.
Yeah, me too. And she's super excited about the show in particular. Like, she's like, I am so excited.
Good.
Yeah. And that's the people you want to have on board with you.
Yeah, for sure.
So
people can get shit done.
Yeah. So things are on the up and up, and we're looking good.
Yeah.
So I would be remiss to not do our weekly or monthly, whatever, sports update.
Yeah, what's going on with sports?
So this week is the NBA Finals and the Stanley Cup.
Who's in the Stanley Cup?
The Stanley Cup is a rematch from last year, the Florida Panthers and Edmonton Oilers again. Oh. And it's the third year in a row for the Florida Panthers.
Did they win last year?
They did win last year. They lost the year before.
All right.
To
2 out of 3
Vegas. It's very strange that places like Vegas and Florida have hockey teams, but but they do.
Seems
and
a little tropical, I guess. I think going to a hockey game in Vegas would probably be a nice, like,
it's
rest from the heat. We're like, let's go into a fucking ice rink. It's probably nice in there.
Dude, at least, I don't know. I saw this at least during the Stanley Cup Finals when they were in it a couple of years ago. They put a hologram of a giant treasure chest on the ice.
Yeah.
And they call out a name and you win. Like, I don't know what they won, but it was
it's a hologram. It's fake. What did they win? I
think that they won a bunch of fake money in there. Like a million gold coins. But no, I think it was actually real. Like, it was like, because it's Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, everyone, like every seat, like, so they call out a seat number and you win $1,000 or
That's badass.
Yeah, it's fucking cool as fuck. So yeah, that was something pretty neat that I saw for the first time in my life. I didn't think I'd ever see that during a hockey game, but it was very cool. And then you've got your NBA Finals, and it's the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers, which I anticipate will be the lowest rated NBA Finals of all time.
Yeah, you don't got much interest in this one?
No, I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, I'm not a big basketball fan per se, myself here, but if it's not the Lakers, if it's not the Los Angeles Lakers or the New York Knicks or the Boston Celtics, like, you know what I mean?
Big name.
Like, these are... Indiana's been a team for a very long time. It's the first time they're in the finals in 25 years, which is very cool for them. So, cheers. And then Oklahoma City, it's their second time in the finals, I believe, but they're an expansion team from about 20 years ago. And I just feel like they're both Midwest teams, like, where there's just not a lot of people. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're not a coastal team, it doesn't. The ratings are lower. Like, for whatever, for whatever reason. But I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I don't think I am.
Well, you guys expand this concert business into, like, live events, like how they do the Sabres game, like at the, like special fucking, the Puppy Bowl.
The Puppy Bowl.
You do a Puppy Bowl.
Yes.
So something like that.
Yeah.
Match your two, your things through the concert promotion, but then match it with your love of sports.
Right.
Do like an exhibition game between, like, retired fucking Yankee players or something.
Yeah. Or we could do women's flag football.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Lingerie football.
That
seems right up your alley.
That is right up my alley. So, coming soon to a park near you. Lingerie football, followed by the Black Crows.
That's fucking sick, dude. It's sold. I'm in.
So... so things are on the up and up. I'm hoping everybody that is going to be there Friday night, June 6th, Stephen Page.
Yeah. Doors are at 5 o'clock.
Yes. And if you're not into him, but you like Barenaked Ladies, then just come to the show, and you'll probably see a couple.
Yeah.
Or at least one former one.
And this is going to be a great time, man. Come on out, support it so we can keep these things going.
Yep.
Onward and upward, man. Getting bigger and better every day.
Yep. Come support your local musicians, too. Daryl Tonemah, Roy G Biv, Sean Thurman here. And all the boys will be there, and it's an exciting time for Lewiston.
Yeah. All right, man. It'll be the event of the season. Don't miss it.
Absolutely.
People will make fun of you.
Yes, they will.
All right, man. So that's Friday, June 6th, Academy Park in Lewiston. Be there.
Yep.
All right. Captain's Nug of Thoughts. We'll see y'all next time.
Yep. See you next time.